In your syllabus, there is one more question related to indifference map. That is, what is, one more question is there, what is a monotonic preference? As you have already learned, indifference map is a family of indifference curves. So what is monotonic preference then here? A rational consumer, a proper individual, what he does? Always prefers a combination on higher indifference curve that offers him higher level of utility or satisfaction. A rational consumer always prefers, what he prefers? A higher level of satisfaction or higher indifference curve which gives him higher level of satisfaction. That is called monotonic preference. For 1 mark this question is asked. Now let us understand with this same diagram, indifference curve or indifference map diagram I have drawn previous. That same diagram you can use to understand the concept of monotonic preference. So as I already said, there are 3 indifference curves, IC1, IC2, IC3. IC1, if we take the combination A, it gives us 10 mangoes and 1 banana. If we take the combination B on IC2, it will give 10 mangoes and 2 bananas. Suppose if I mark one more point here on IC3, let us mark it as C. What it gives, what it shows, the combination of 2 commodities, that is mangoes and bananas. How many mangoes? Mangoes 10 only, but the number of bananas have increased. So what the rational consumer will do? Rational consumer will always prefer higher indifference curve. He will not choose point A or point B. He will definitely choose point C because point C is giving him higher level of satisfaction. Why higher level of satisfaction? Here he is consuming 10 mangoes and 4 bananas. If he selects B, he will get 10 mangoes but number of bananas are less. If he selects A, 10 mangoes he will get but the number of bananas less. That is only 1 banana he can consume. So a rational consumer always wants to be in a higher indifference curve which gives him higher level of satisfaction. So this question is asked for 1 mark. What is monotonic preference? So your answer should be like this. A rational consumer always prefers to have in the or be in the higher indifference curve because he wants to have higher level of satisfaction which is given by the higher indifference curve. 1 mark question. Now let us summarize whatever we have studied in this under this concept indifference curve, meaning of indifference curve which is asked for 1 mark. Then the shape of the indifference curve which is asked as an MCQ question. Then what do you mean by indifference map or note on indifference map? 4 marks question. Then what is monotonic preference? One more point I want to say. While drawing the indifference curve, you should draw indifference curve which is sloping downward. Whenever you are ending the curve, it should not slope upward. If it is sloping upward, then that is the wrong diagram. And at the same time, when you are drawing the indifference map or number of indifference maps when you are drawing, that time you should see that the space between the indifference curves are same or they are parallel. They should not join each other. This space should be equal in throughout the curve. Then you can draw the proper indifference curve. Students are having the problem with drawing the indifference curve. Sometimes when drawing the indifference curve, what they'll do, they'll draw downward in the beginning. Later at the end, they will make it little bit up. So that should not be there because why the indifference curve slopes downward only, not upward. I hope you understood these concepts. Study well for the exam. Prepare well. Thank you, students.